the Bear. It's an educational rescue facility for brown and black bears. So I said it on the first evening when we talked about tours. Take the idea of a zoo out of your head. Take the idea of elephants jumping through hoops on fire in Thailand, things like that. It's nothing like that. They are really doing a wonderful job here for the bear population. So the legislation in Alaska is that if a mother bear is killed, unfortunately, the cubs must also be put down or euthanized. So that's where the Fortress has stepped in and they've rescued these bear cubs. And at the moment, I think there's 3 different families in here of different bear cubs. It's hard to tell that they are cubs because this guy here weighs 1,100 pounds. That's just taken with my iPhone, no zoom. You're standing on a nice viewing platform. You get to see the bears move around, interact with each other. They've really tried to make the area as wild as possible. So there is a lake there and you can go on one day and the lake will be nearly empty, but if they receive rain, then the lake becomes full. At the moment they will put live salmon in that lake and make the bears search for their own food as well. Unfortunately, another piece of legislation in Alaska is that Alaska is not a re-release state for bears, which is strange considering there's over 20 other states in the US, as well as Korea, Japan and China that can release bears. So the Fortress of the Bear, they're actually spearheading trying to change that legislation. So that's why they are treating the bears like maybe one day they will be able to get out there. So I definitely recommend it, and if you are heading out here, please listen to the presentations that they give over the PA system. They'll tell you more about what they do there, and they'll introduce you to each of the beautiful big bears. They're both brown and black. Now, how do you get out here? Well, of course, we've got options for you on board. Otherwise, you can try and see if there's anything left in the downtown area. Otherwise, you've got a taxi. It is about a 20-minute drive to get out here. And in that drive, please be looking out over Silver Bay because it is very high likelihood that you'll see whales just as you're heading out there because they do live in the Sound. And so again, maximising our wildlife spotting opportunities. Now back in town we have the Sitka National Historical Park. This is also known as Totem Park. So this is for those of you who just want to walk around, you don't really want to book anything or plan anything, please include this in your walk. It's a beautiful park. The first part here is where you can see the totems, and you've got lots of information panels there so you can learn a little bit about the totems that are there, and then you'll head in further and you're just doing a nice walk through the forest. Some trails are very easy, some are a little bit more up and down, but my number 1 tip to you is find the river that runs through here. It's called Indian River. It's the river that the salmon run in, and the eagles know all about that. So you have a very good chance of seeing an eagle swoop down and pick a salmon out of the river right there in front of you. In here as well, you do have, it is a national park, so you've got the Junior Ranger program if that's what you're looking for. They've also got artifacts in there, a museum, and a 15-minute movie on Sitka as well. Now I told you that Russia came to Alaska for the one reason of the sea otter fur pelts. Did you get upstairs today to feel the difference between the pelts? Did anyone do that? Okay, well the sea otter pelt, it has, they say, on average 1 million hairs per square inch. And to put that into comparison, we have around 20,000 hairs on our entire head. So very thick, luscious fur. And so the sea otters, they're in abundance. And that's why we've got tours that will take you out to see sea otters with money back guarantee that you will definitely see them. And it's because they live in the kelp beds that lie in the Sitka Sound area. It's nice and calm for them as well. That's why we saw them in Glacier Bay, in the fjord here. Those beautiful calm waters. We saw them all day waving up at us. Some of them got their pups. They're super cute. Love them. So yes, I can tell you it's not just sea otters though, and most of those, if you are heading out looking for sea otters, as a byproduct you'll probably see whales, you'll probably see sea lions, seals, and even eagles as well. Now of course, my number 1 advice to everybody is if you are heading out on the water, the smaller the vessel, the better. So we've got the larger catamarans, of course, they hold more and they're very comfortable, they're heated cabins, they've got binoculars for everyone, tea and coffee and so forth. They leave right from the ship, or have a look at some of the smaller options like that one there. It's probably a photograph tour, photography tour? Or what about Zodiacs? Why not add a little bit of adventure into your time here in Alaska, and specifically Sitka? They only hold 6 people, so you know that you're going to be a lot closer to the waterline, a lot closer to the animals. And this was an adventure tour that I did. There was absolutely no guarantee or no talk of seeing wildlife, but what I want to point out is that there is wildlife everywhere in Alaska, but specifically in Sitka. And we had a humpback whale breach about where the chair was, just over there, whilst we're on this little thing. You really get an idea of scope of scale, how big those creatures are. And that one there, it goes 50 miles an hour. I took that photo of the driver because I made it, and I was safely back. My hair was a mess, but no, it's so much fun to be had there. Think about those kind of things. There's kayaking, there's hiking, biking, rafting, Zodiacs, snorkeling, if you want to do that. Please, if you want to go snorkeling, have fun and just tell me about it when you get back, because I'm not doing that one. I keep saying no. And some of these things, if you've already planned for tomorrow, you don't want to do it, but you're thinking maybe Ketchikan, some of those options are available for Ketchikan as well. And of course, it's going to be, the weather looks good, so get out there and make the most of it. That's one of the Zodiac ones that I did earlier this year. Okay, now we're going to go to my next favorite topic, adventure, wildlife, food. So important. I've got to get you guys to dinner as well. So foodie tips of the day. The Backdoor Cafe, that's going to be your best coffee in town. It's a tiny, small little cafe. All the locals go there, and they bring one dish out of the oven each day. It might be lasagna, it might be pizza, it might be pie. One dish. So you can't all go there, but some of you can go there. And you've got to actually look for the Old Harbour books, because you won't see the sign for the Backdoor Cafe. It's a local secret. Then we've got food trucks. They're starting to pop up everywhere in Sitka. The number one advice that I get told every single week from different locals, Ashmos. It's always about Ashmos, and what you want to go there is have the blackened fish tacos. They're amazing. And of course, if you can get a chance to try the Spruce Tip beer. I have been told a couple of times that it sells out very quickly in town. If that's the case, come on back at that white shed there. They do have the Sitka Spruce Tip beer there for you as well. And that's an image there of that main street that I mentioned, Lincoln Street. It's a main street that runs through town. Lots of lovely little shops there, all run by, most of them run by locals. Quilting stores, art stores, and there's that lovely chocolate shop. That's my favorite chocolate shop. Favorite, yeah. Appreciate any chocolate you can bring back. No, okay, so a quick recap here. This map, this is the map that's going to be available to you at the terminal building and then also in the downtown area. It's a really great map. Everything that I've said, it's all covered here, plus more, and you can get an idea of where everything is in comparison to other things. So there we go, it's 5:30, and Sitka, I did say it has it all. Plenty of the Tlingit, the Russian, and the American history to absorb. Exciting adventure options for you. Perhaps you just want to shop. That's a great option here. Local shopping or eat, as always. For those of you who are heading out on tours, please have a look at the time. Almost all of your tours, I'm pretty sure every single one, will allow you time either before your tour or after your tour to still get in amongst the local community. So please take that 1 hour or whatever it is that you need to do the walk down Lincoln Street and get the feel for that community spirit that Sitka offers. So my last recommendations for you. Of course, tonight, the cherry on top of our incredible day here in Alaska, it is the Alaska in Concert program. So for those of you, perhaps you haven't been to any of the main stage shows in the evening, this one is not to be missed. So BBC Earth, their documentaries, along with our incredible musicians here on board, creating the soundtrack for it. It is going to take you on a wonderful journey. The scenery is just amazing. It's really highlighting what it is that you came here for this week here in Alaska. Tomorrow, there's actually another presentation. It's actually done by my friend Claudia, and that's on totem poles and Russian heritage. It's in the art series. So if that's something I've touched on a little bit today, Sitka really is our Russian influence port. So we're going to keep that going tomorrow afternoon at 4:30 p.m. And as I always say, have a great evening on board and a better day in Sitka tomorrow. Come and tell me if you think that it became your favorite port as well. Thank you for your time, everyone. My name is Jessica. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.